This is my walking horse mare. Ed's Platinum Blonde. She's a Palomino. I'm Ed. I think she's about, I always forget, I think she's going to be 6 this year. Okay. She's, you'll see a lot of videos with her. Now right now I'm just sitting here with her. When you climb on, we kind of just try to sit here. But she's in the traditional 2 rein, which is, she has a traditional hackamore, and this is a 1/4 inch one. This is called a Bozolito, and then this is the Makati, and this is out of horsehair. Okay, and so the hackamore and whatnot is for, it's there if I need to do any sort of lateral work, because this bridle that she's in right now, which is a Santa Barbara cheek piece with a half-breed mouth, they are not designed to do any lateral. They should have all that done. And so this is kind of like intermediate. This is the transitionary period right here. I haven't ridden her for, gosh, I think it's been a couple of months, maybe longer. I don't think I've ridden her. So she's kind of fresh right now a little bit. And I'm gonna take her out and see how she does here. I'm gonna go by, Kevin's over there with one of the horses. We're gonna walk by and see how she does here. Come on, girl. So I've given her the cue to go forward. Now I have my left leg on her, trying to steer her over to the right a little bit. Now don't step on that. There you go. Come on, nope. Now okay, she thinks this is what I want her to do. Because a lot of times we pause there and watch the other horses, okay? Easy, easy, easy. Bring it down. Bring it down, girl. Bring it down. She just doesn't know what I want her to do. Okay, easy. She's a pretty sensitive and pretty high energy horse, okay? So, you know, it's loose. Can you see that? It's loose. But even she's feeling that pressure, so that's why she was doing her head like that. That's her kind of telling me, hey, I don't need that pressure, I'm fine, so let's get rid of that. If you don't, she'll keep getting bothered because she doesn't think she's doing something right. So I'm just gonna, I don't think I can record out there. I think the wind's blowing too hard, so I'm just gonna ride her in here a little bit, talk through some of the stuff I'm doing. So I got my left leg on her now, and I turned her. See, I just turned her a little bit there. All right, there you go. And what I'll do is you'll see my hand pick up on the rein a little bit, like I come off her neck. And that's me like saying, hey, right now it's like I'm asking. And I have my right leg on her, see? So like if you see me do that when we're riding, it's because I'm asking something and she's not responding. So she's not, I'm trying to bring her attention back to me. So I lifted up a little bit, told her I wanted to ride, and I put my right leg on her and moved her off a little bit because I didn't want her to step on that grate. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to relax my body, be conscious of like what my body's doing, okay? That's probably, I was gonna say it's half the battle, but in reality, I think it's probably 70% the battle and 30%'s the horse. You know, it's us, you know, it's how well we can present ourselves to the horse. That's a Pat Puckett line. I don't want to steal it from him, but that's what he says. He said it's, you know, when he's training a horse, he'll say, now it's, that horse knows, now it's how well can you present yourself to that horse. And she knows a lot of this stuff. And see, that's what I was trying to point out there when she did that couple dips, and I hope it shows in the video. She was telling me that I had too much pressure on that Bozolito. So, and that's why I adjusted that. So now I got my left leg on her. I'm looking over my right shoulder a little bit, pulling back. She's not listening. All right, there we go. Now she did it. And sometimes, you know, like I said with horses, most of it is keeping their attention on you. And then also understanding that they get legitimate, deep down anxiety from being away from other horses. And it's hardwired in them. It's their instinct, okay? So not that you can't work them through it, you can, but it's not some sort of bad trait. I mean, it may not be good for the rider, but it's how they survive. They have safety in numbers, and so it's a real legitimate anxiety when they're away from their group. And so a lot of the problems we see with horses that people have, like behavioral problems or whatever you want to call it, I honestly think it can be boiled down to that. Like, it's usually some sort of thing like where they just don't feel comfortable away from the herd or with the rider or anything. Because if the rider's really good and confident, now I got my right leg on her. There you go. Good girl. I'm just going to let her sit here for a second. But if the rider's confident, then that gets down to the horse. And that's why I'm saying it comes to you. If you're scared on your horse, I understand it, you know. Excuse me. And I think that some of the fear on horses that we might have, I mean, it's kind of a dangerous sport, to be honest. But I think some of our anxiety comes from natural alarm responses that we have when something underneath us moves, you know. And so when you first get on a horse and the first time they shift their weight, it's a weird feeling. It's like you standing on a stool to change a light bulb and someone coming and bumping the stool or the chair. And you know how you get that startled thing, your heart jumps up in your chest and all that? That can happen to you when you hop on a horse. And then a lot of times then people will squeeze at their legs more, and that'll make the horse more nervous and they get a little bit more animated. And I'm trying to back her up. There we go. I'm trying to do it with my seat and the reins here. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. And it triggers that alarm response, and then it just kind of snowballs and gets worse. So what I tell people to do is, if you're nervous on your horse, and it's not necessarily you got like a bronchi horse or some sort of really crazy horse. I'm just saying, you know, it's just a regular horse, but you're nervous, right? And you're honest enough about it that you know that you're nervous, right? Well, what you can do, what I've seen help people is get on your horse, ride him a little bit, you know, then get off, you know, stretch for 10 minutes or so, hop back on, do something else, ride somewhere else with him, maybe go somewhere else on the property, or maybe go open a gate or something, and then come back to the barn, get off, wait a minute or two, and hop right back on and do it again. And you're going to see your horse. If you ride your horse, like say you ride your horse and you just hop on, you ride for an hour, okay, and you hop off. Trust me, horses can tell time, I swear. They'll know, like, if you're past an hour or whatever. And then they're going to start, if it is an hour, or maybe like you ride for 30 minutes, okay, coming close to that time, they're going to be walking over to the gate. They're going to be walking over saying, hey, aren't we done? Hey, they might even walk over to the mounting block, all sorts of stuff like that. And when you do what I'm talking about, here, I gave her the cue to go forward. I'm squeezing a little bit. Come on. There you go. And when you get off the horse and then wait a minute or two or 10 and then hop back on and do that again, you're going to, if you don't do that with your horse, you're going to throw them for a little bit of a loop. See how she's blowing out? That's a good sign. You're going to throw them for a little bit of a loop. They're going to go, wait a minute, I thought we were off. Then you hop back on, and it's just going to help round out their training a little bit better. And I think it's kind of like pumping brakes on a car, you know. I think it helps people too, because You get on, instead of getting on and off once for a ride, maybe you get on and off 6 times, you know, or 3 times or 10 times or something, right? And so they're getting better with mounting. They'll realize that, hey, this is not just we're going to do a, you know, 6 figure eights and a rollback and then we're done, because horses pick up on patterns really quickly and they'll anticipate. Now see how she's kind of bridling up nice now. They'll pick up on patterns really quickly, and and they'll kind of like think, I got this. And that's not a bad thing on some levels, you know, because like if you go to a gate, you don't want to have to micromanage them every time you go to open a gate. Once a horse knows how to open a gate, they should go. I got my got my left leg on her. Once they go and try to, you open a gate, they should know that, hey, I just come over to the gate, I stand here, he flicks the switch, we step back, we move through, I turn this way, we spin around, we shut the gate. You know, they'll learn how to do it all on their own. You can not even be paying attention and they'll learn how to do it. So that's pretty cool. I want to talk about something too. One of my videos, it's a short, and it gets, I never know which kind of video is going to get, you know, the views, because it's hard to pick which ones. Some of the ones that I think are the best, you know, don't get very many views, and then these other ones that got one little weird thing going on and people just get, I don't know, like magnetized to it. But one of them, there's this little clip, and I'm talking, I got my left leg on her. Come on, girl, there you go, come on, let's go, come on. Good girl. So anyhow, it's a short little clip, and it's me talking about, it's unfortunately how the clip got cut, but what I was talking about is, if you have trouble with your horse and you're wondering what's going on, what I say in the video is go out and ride out with someone else who's got a really experienced horse and really well broke, and see if all the problems just don't go away. And I say easy peasy, you know. Well, people, what I was trying to say, if they watch the full video, is that all I was saying about that is that that'll give you an indicator that it's just that he or she is herd bound or barn sour or buddy sour, whatever you want to call it, okay? And that's what's going on. So it's not that they don't know it, it's not that whatever. Usually, if they'll settle right down when they're with someone else like that, another horse, it lets you know that what the behavior stuff you're getting has to do with the anxiety that the horse feels when it's away from the herd. So that was my point. My point was not to cheat and, you know, if you can't ride your horse alone, go ride with somebody else. Although I do think that's not a bad idea. You know, like if you have a really green horse, we're talking about doing this, getting really broke horses. Maybe we have 1 or 2 really broke horses, and then someone rides out, maybe Kevin rides out on a green horse, you know, and we take the trail real nice. They can see us crossing the creeks. They can see us crossing logs. They can see us waiting at certain spots, you know. We may jump something, you know, and if our horses are pretty cool about it, that other horse is going to go, oh, okay, this is what I can expect when we go out. This is what goes on. And so that was my point. My point was that you can identify what the problem is. And I do think that it's not a bad idea to ride out, especially if you got a really green horse and you're going out away from all the other horses. It's not a bad idea to go with a well-trained horse. In addition, because they'll watch that. Like if we do this all the time, if we take out horses and some have never crossed a creek before, we don't let them be the first one going across the creek. We'll take someone like Blondie or something, we go right across the creek, splash, 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 no problem. Do another one, splash, 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 no problem. Then that other horse will go, okay, that's not a big deal, and they'll go across. If we have found if we happen to say, and it's weird, like some of the biggest creeks, the horses don't have as much trouble with, but some of these little, like a little trickle, you know, I don't think they can see it, you know, or they don't know what it is. It plays optical, it plays tricks on their eyes, you know. And so anyhow, sometimes we'll get a horse And if the first horse that goes across that creek, if it jumps it, like instead of just walking across, if it jumps it, then all the other horses will want to jump it too. And, you know, because they wonder like, oh, what is it? Maybe I should jump that, you know? And because horses, let me tell her. Now, see, I pulled back here. She wasn't listening. Yeah, fine. There you go. Good. Horses, you know, they're prey animals, right? They're herd animals. They have a few defenses: kicking, biting, and fleeing, and, you know, striking. That's their defense and their offense. And they feel good when they run away. And so they got to watch where they're putting their feet and stuff, because if their feet, that's why they don't like to put their feet in muddy stuff or creeks or, you know, some of that stuff. They want to explore it first, because if they injure themselves, they're dead. You know, that's how they look at it. It's a, you know, it's a self-preservation. Okay, good girl. Good girl. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Hopefully it clears it up. Maybe I'll be able to link some people to this video as I talk about it. Now, this whole process is really misunderstood by a lot of people. They'll see that bit, that Western bit, and I get all the time, I get called an abuser and all sorts of stuff, and shame on me and all this. These are people who don't understand it. They don't understand this whole tradition. As you can see, I'm not even really pulling on it. What I do is I take some slack out of it, out of the rein. I don't even feel hurt. I don't even feel anything. Like I don't even feel any contact with her bit, you know. And she'll get better. By the time she's 10, she'll be finished. She'll be a finished bridle horse, I think, hopefully. Like I said, I think she's 6 right now. And I think she's doing really well. Yeah, this is Ed's Platinum Blonde. And I'm Ed. Thanks for watching. Should people subscribe? They should. Hey, smash that like button and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.